Head coach Joe Callero, questions, guys?
Coach, you coming into the game, you didn't think that it would be another low-scoring affair when we talked. How surprised are you that you guys were able to shut them down a second time, hold them under 40 again?
Well, really surprised. I really felt like we were going to make some changes to what we did the first time. We had a real difficult time handling their on-balls, so we did some different things on the on-balls, and we did some different things on the post play, where we went and doubled early. But I figured that they would be able to get out of that, reverse it, hit some shots, and the flow would have been a little bit quicker. But I think we were fortunate to be playing at home, where in February you get a little more rest, and I think we hit a stride there physically. We were able to sub, guys had confidence, and the amount of ball pressure we were able to put on forced those turnovers, which took some possessions out of their hands. I mean, the defense was very good because it limited them to 38 shots. You know, we didn't walk the ball up. It's just that we were able to force 17 turnovers and limited the number of offensive possessions that they had. And we were able to hold them 3 for 13 for the three-point line. And then our deal was to be super aggressive on that ball and fly at the shots, so they distorted a little bit. And I thought we did a really good job on that. You know, it was basically a team shooting 50% from the three-point line, and we helped 3 for 13, a team that doesn't turn the ball over much. We forced 17 turnovers. And then consequently, on the other end, for us to have only 13 assists and 10 turnovers, about the fourth game in a row that we're really pleased with our assist-turnover ratio, where we're taking care of the ball, having more assists and turnovers. And that gives you a chance to win every one of those games. And that's where I think that, you know, exception of a last-second buzzer beater at Santa Barbara, I thought we played really well against Santa Barbara as well. Just, you know, one basket, one play here and there, and now we're on a 3-game winning streak and 2 in conference and a road game at Bakersfield that showed the guys that we're improving. If you've seen us play, you can say where we were from November, December, January, February is a steady increase of our intensity, our intelligence, our ball movement, our camaraderie. I just think that the guys have come together. They bought into everything. So coachable. They bought into every game plan. They do exactly what we want to try to do. They forget or miss a free throw here or there, but that stuff, as a coach, you don't get very frustrated with. You're like, hey, I've never coached a guy in 24 years that walks up the free throw and tries to miss. You know, you want guys to have energy and effort and do what we want them to do as far as defensively and rebounding. And very pleased and proud of Sean Lewis, because I think if he's not Conference Player of the Week, he's certainly my Conference Player of the Week because of his poise, his rebounding night to night, and most importantly, he's at 2 wins. You know, we had 2 wins this weekend and firmly position us to, you know, in second place right now.
What do you say to Sean to get him to go after rebounds like this every game?
Well, we've been working on it since conference play, really talking about how critically important he is. One thing that when we play a lot of man-to-man, we put Sean on a lot of shooters, so he's got good length and quickness. What that does is take him out of position to rebound. And with our matchup in the last 2 games where we've been in our matchup zone, Sean will be on the weak side and be a little bit down on that, so he's not exposed to 30 feet. I mean, number one thing to rebound, you get close to the rim. You can see he had alleys to run to, so that's really helped him the last 2 games, be in position to rebound. And we've just asked Donahue to neutralize some of the big bodies. Now Donahue ended up with 6 rebounds, but you know, countless number of block-offs. You know, it's not always about who got it; it's did we get it. And when you have a rebounding opponent 39-26, puts you in good stead that you come out there and have 16 offensive boards. So we did some really good things. Told our guys before the game we had to play our best game of the year to win tonight. I had that much respect for Coach Thompson, for Pacific, the way they've been playing. I just thought we had to play an excellent game, and I think we played an excellent game. I just don't think that you can have a mistake here and there, miss a shot here and there, not be able to break a press when you're ahead by 20, and turn the ball over once or twice. Good Lord, if that's our biggest fault, boy, sign me up and let me have a 20-point win every single night, and I'll be a happy camper for the rest of my coaching career.
Any of those small faults, could you see them coming back to bite you later on?
Yeah, there's hundreds of small faults every game, every practice. You know, you have to look at the nature of the game where it was a 20-point game and they have nothing to lose and they're pressuring it. And the previous 2 or 3 times they came to some extended pressure, we got layups or open threes on them early in the game, and they only had one thing to do. At that point, we're ahead by 20, and it's 7-8 minutes ago. It's all-out pressure and gambling, and we played a little bit like we didn't want to lose and stopped attacking the hoop, and then took some timeouts and continued to pressure back to the hoop and maintained a 20-point lead. So
well, is that and the free throws? Is that Is the free throws back-to-back poor games a concern?
No, because again, free throws, what we were able to do with that is you look at who's getting the line, who's shooting it, what's historical data for them. I mean, Sean missed one free throw, Chris O'Brien 1 for 2 on technicals. Malik's never been a great free throw shooter for us. So you just look at the guys who get there a lot. David, 2 for 4. You know, it's just nothing. Sometimes when you only get to the line 1 or 2 times, it's very difficult to get a rhythm on that. You know, Sean's a senior. He's gonna bounce back, make free throws. You know, over analysis paralysis. You know, you sit there and talk about free throws for 1,500 hours. The guys, all they think about is the free throw. And you know, what our thought is, let's be in position to get an offense. And I wasn't kidding, but our point is, hey, if there's an opportunity, every time there's a missed shot, there's an opportunity to miss. There's an opportunity for an offensive board. I think we picked up 3 of them and scored 6 points. So you got to look at ultimately what happened. We scored baskets, you know. So we're pleased. We'd like to make every shot, you know. So our most important stat for us to continue to develop is field goal percentage, and we shot 44%, holding our opponent to 34%. Those stats, if you look at the NCAA stats for NCAA tournament play, the most consistent indicator of success is field goal percentage. Your percentage compared to your opponent's percentage. And we've defended at a rate that lowers their percentage, and our rate has never been glossy. We've never been an impressive field goal percentage team. But if you look, we are commonly ahead of our opponent. So maybe we only have 43% or 42 or 34, but our opponents only shoot 27 or 28, 29. That's the #1 indicator that helps you win games.
A little slow start in the first half, but how big was it for David Hansen to come out with 9 points early to get you guys through that tough stretch?
Well, in that first 5 to 10 minute period, it was kind of like a boxing match. The first 7-8 rounds, it looked like we needed to kind of feel each other out. We were doing some different things in our zone, and they were defending us with a lot of help on the block. And David was able to get a jumper here, a post up there, excuse me, and a flash there. And we have to have David or Sean doing something like that. And David kind of grind it out, and then we wait. Sean's patience seems so much better. And then suddenly he's able to explode and get a dunk in transition, hit a 3 in rhythm, get a steal, get another one. And so we're really pleased with his maturity because it takes a team. It takes a team. It takes other guys willing to find him. And David having 21 and Sean having 15, it's kind of a steady thing for us. They're our leading scorers, and they get the most shots. Our teammates know it. We have supplemental support elsewhere. So I mean, that's what a team is. We know where the ball's going. They know who's going to shoot it. We know who's going to post up, and we all kind of fall into formation, as we call it. We talk about staying in formation. Let's get guys the best shots. Sean was over 50% again. This is 2 out of 3 games, or 2 out of the last 2, possibly 3 out of the last 4. He hadn't had a game over 50% prior to that. So now he's had 3 out of 4 over 50%, and that's because he's taking better shots, he's more patient, he's playing off of David, they're complimenting each other, and that's what a team is. We have a relationship that this guy plays off that guy plays off this way, and that's what's fun about it. And that's where, it's fun to be in second place because of it.
I asked John briefly about it, but the full court press and 3/4 court press was kind of tough on you guys tonight. 3 timeouts in that situation. Is it just staying poised? Is that what you're going to emphasize? A
little bit of everything. When you have that type of a lead, and you play a little more conservatively. We didn't play aggressively like as if we wanted to try to score. We looked like we were just trying to break the press. And really, when we earlier in the first half they tried to press us, and we have a press offense, and that's pass, try to score. Tonight we wanted to play. Tonight when we had a big lead and they pressed us, we were trying to break the press instead of score off the press. You've got to try to score off the press, or else you're not being aggressive enough. And our defense was awfully aggressive now. We got to get to the point that, hey, if they're going to press us late in the game, we got to keep on looking to score. And I thought we did after a couple of timeouts, and that's why you have timeouts. We had minimal violations. We only had 1 real turnover. They got the ball, but you use a timeout at 9 seconds. I felt like I was the point guard on the court there, but allow coaches to call timeouts, and when you call it 9 seconds in backcourt, it resets the shot clock. So we used 3 of them that way, but it's 3 turnovers we saved and get the ball back in and hold on for a nice victory, really nice victory.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks for covering.
Thank you very much, Coach.